Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Interesting times. This morning, I had somebody knocking on my door. Nobody ever knocks on my door. Who wants to come see me? It was the police. The police, they wanted to see my passport. And so then I showed them that piece of paper that the people gave me instead of a passport after they took my passport. And he said no. So I have to go to the police department. And I thought, well, what is it? What are you telling me? Am I being arrested or what is going on? So I didn't know what was going on. So I started calling. I've got friends now. So I started calling my friends. And then the next thing I look up, the police are gone. And they left me. And I thought, what is going on here? And then finally, one of my friends called me, and they were notified that the police were here looking for me. And so the problem was I wasn't registered. Remember, I talked about there's things we hear. We hear all kinds of stuff, and what I've learned since I've been here, what we hear is not always the truth. So one of the other things that I heard was you register. Wherever you live, you register. You have to go to the police department and register. That's what I've heard. And come to find out, I think that is accurate. I think everyone in China is registered. And see, I'm not even registered in the United States. Remember, I talked about the passport. The passport does not have your address on it. And that's because we are a citizen of that country, and that's the important part. Now, different countries have different rules. Some countries, you have to be, yes, you've got your passport, but you also have to be registered. This is one of those countries. I was talking about the freedom of travel. They don't have the freedom of travel. Once you're registered, you lost your freedom of travel. Okay, I think it was kind of a coincidence that the police come 2 days after I gave them my passport, and I had to give them a receipt on where I am staying. 2 days later, the police show up. Now, so I think that's kind of a coincidence. So now we're back to the same thing. I've always said also, you don't go to the police for help. And this is one of those things. I was plenty happy to leave the country every 2 months. I was plenty happy to do that. But one of my friends told me, oh no, you can extend your time just by going up there. And then that's when I made the video about losing my passport. And so there was more to it than just going up there and extending your visa. And what it was they were checking to see if I was registered or not. And so now, and what's happened, they got the landlord, the one that rented me the place, they got involved in it. And then, like I say, because nobody could speak English, I didn't know what was going on. I started calling the people that I know that do speak English. And so then now all the people are all worried about me, what's going on. And so now I'm thinking right now that I'll be leaving. I'm going to go back right now. I'm going to go back to the United States. This is what I'm thinking now. I'm going to go back to the United States and kind of rest and evaluate everything that's been happening to me. And because I've learned so much, I've seen so much, and I got to kind of figure out what has been happening. So I'll do that and I'll spend some time in the United States and rest and recuperate. And then I've also thought I can just run over to Vietnam or Thailand. They've been since they took my passport, I've been talking to people now around here, and today I was planning on trying to find out how I could take a train and leave the country, and that's what I was planning on. But now it looks like that's not going to be a thing. I can still leave the country, and I'm still thinking about leaving the country, but like I say I'm thinking about going back to the States and then coming back to either Thailand, Vietnam. I really doubt. I've been thinking what I've learned here. I've been in this city, 5 million people in all these cities. Even though I'm on a ghost town on the edge of the city, but one thing I've learned is I don't want to be around cities. Cities aren't good things. So the Philippines doesn't look like it's going to be a good option for me. The one thing, wherever I find my woman, wherever, whatever country, whatever community, whatever city, whatever anything, that is going to be my home also. It's their home and it's my home. We're going to spend time with each other. We're going to be going to my place in Oklahoma, my place maybe in Guatemala, so, and then her place, so, we're going to be going around having fun, doing things. So I realize and that's why I say, now this Kunming is where I'm at, and this is what I've been told is the best place in China in the way of climate. So that's why I've been starting to focus more on this area about looking for a woman, because I like the climate, and so this would be a good place to come. And but like I say, now I've lost that option, and mainly it's because I refuse to register. I don't even register in the United States. Yeah, I told you, I use my passport for ID because it is legal ID any place in the world. That is why I went crazy when they took my ID, my passport. Matter of fact, I thought it was against international law to take somebody's passport. Up to now, the only time that I've lost my passport, the only time anybody has taken my passport is when I'm put in jail. That's the only time they've taken my passport. So, so a passport is a big, big thing. But see, I need to go back. My passport's only good for another, I think, 9 months, something like that. So I need to go back and get a new passport anyway. So but I just didn't. I was planning on waiting until, maybe November or December before I went back for my passport. But now the way I see, they take not all their laws. They don't take their laws serious. They pick and choose. And what it is I'm a foreigner and I'm here illegally because I didn't register. So, and then I had someone say, well, you're supposed to know the law. I mean, isn't that a good idea? And I said, great. What they need to do is issue everyone coming to the United States or coming to China or the United States, it doesn't matter, anyway, issue them a book with all the laws. And you have to learn the laws before you can come into their country. And see how well that's going to work. See how your tourism is going to work when you start doing things like that. And like I say, now the people I know, just a little bit, it's only been like 2 or 3 hours. And everybody that I know, they are shocked why I was in trouble. I mean, I'm like I say, I don't look for trouble. I don't get in trouble. I'm a nice guy. Everybody likes me. I spend a lot of money. And everybody likes it when I'm around. And so everybody's been shocked that this happened. But like I say, this is something that is always in my mind. Every country that I'm in, even in the United States where I'm from. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I don't like governments in general. I mean, just the idea of anybody thinking that they have authority over you, you better watch out. You're going to get in trouble. And like I say, these people think they have the authority over me. And it's okay. If you want to think that way, good. I'm going to get on down the road, because there are places that don't think they have the authority over me, and they want me to be there. And those are the places I'm looking for, just kind of like a woman. I'm looking for a woman that appreciates me. And the same thing, I'm looking for countries that appreciate me. And not so much the governments. No government appreciates me, but I'm looking for the people, because the people are the most important thing. Relationships, the relationships you make. And I have made a ton of relationships here in China. Got so many friends, so many good friends. And so anyway, now I'm going to go. I say this just happened to me, so I want to sleep on it and think on it. But I can't imagine why I would stay in a country where I need to register, such as a sex offender. Really, that's what it is. I'm registering just like you would be if I was a sex offender. And it's only because I'm just, and it's not just me. I mean, they do it to everybody. I'm not what I've said. I am not everybody. I am special, just like you. You are special. Get out of the damn line. You are not one of the herd, one of the sheep that are going to be taken over nowhere where. You are a strong individual, but you need to act that way. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking personal responsibility and I'm getting the hell out. And I say, so now there's been 2 countries now that really don't like me. And what a coincidence. They're both communist countries. Cuba, I can't go back to Cuba. I have an option. I can still come back to China, I guess, because they're not making me leave. This is a choice that I am making because I don't like their rules. If I don't like your rules, I'm not going to play your game. As much as I like it here, as much as and the more I've been staying here, the more I like it. But I won't like it enough where I'm going to give up what I believe to be good and morally the right thing to do. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.